Hi everyone, welcome to your daily read for October 9th, 2018. This channel is called The Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. Going to be using Sacred Circle Tarot today, and Witch's Wisdom, and one of my Soul to Soul Divination cards, which I forgot to do yesterday. I'm sorry. Anyway, all of the 12 signs are up now, so go check those out. Check out your sun, moon, and rising. They're for everything. And even if you just feel intuitively led to poke around and look at something that you don't think has anything to do with your natal chart, go ahead and look, because I bet you it does. At least with planetary energies such as they are recently, now, currently. Interesting stuff going on. I think this is going to be like the year in review. The year in review. It's going to be more like your lifetime in review. Like, I don't know, your history of love and how you are in love and how you've been loved and that type of thing. Noticing patterns. And I would say probably eliminating, you know, like out with the bad, in with the good. But my feeling is it doesn't involve a lot of emotional, gritty, hard work, you know, like in the shadow. I think it's just going to come up. You're going to see what the shadow is. Just see it. And I don't think it's going to be very emotionally grueling. I just don't. It feels like Valentine's Day in reverse. It's kind of like that. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. At the bottom of the deck of Sacred Circle, we have the sun. Here comes the sun. So just like the Beatles song, it's underlying everything. And that's why I think it's going to be easy work. But that's why I think it's such a major theme, is because there's going to be so much healing in it. My advice that I'm getting right now is to make sure you take note of what you are aware of. I've already come up with like 2 or 3 things for myself, and they were so fleeting and I didn't write them down. Thought, you know, I'll remember. No. So write it down. Restriction is our first card for the day. Seeing where we've been restricted in love, in life. I think it's more of our outlook on life, our outlook on our finances and security, how we earn our income. But also I feel like in the love department, it's like where we've been left out in the cold and where things need to change. It's kind of honing in. It's like, that's where things need to change. You're going to pinpoint where things need to change. Our next card is the 8 of Cups, abandonment. So it is. It's like you're going to leave that situation. I'm gonna just take a chance in saying, to me it feels also like the energy of where you have felt abandoned in the past. You're going to be seeing it today and pinpointing it, or realizing that abandonment issues are underlying the restriction to your happiness. But thankfully we have the 9 of Wands, which is recovery. So yeah, a long weary road up until now, but we're almost done. But in this card, the wands are depicted in being like used for something. Used. You can see the past, you can see where you've been down in the valley, but you're standing up here now. You're on more solid footing, you're more highly elevated, and this is used almost as a screen to the past, or a filter, and you're going to be identifying each and every one of these wands as far as it being a pattern. Look at the pattern. You know, that's what you'll be seeing, is like, look at the pattern. Look at where people have done such and such, and look where I've been left alone when I should have had more support. Look where there was too much involvement, where I should have had more independence, etc. Mirrored back to you, easily reflected, easily seen, is what I feel it's going to be. It'll be easier to see it for some reason. Bird's eye perspective, a bird's eye view of this retrospect. Venus in retrograde, I think so. I'm shuffling the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards. They're giving me trouble. They don't want to tell me what's going on. So my advice would be, don't try too hard. Let the insight come to you. Let the insight offer itself, because I think it's cosmic energy, so it's better to not try. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's cosmic energy, so don't try. Let it speak for itself, and then you do with it what you will. You do with it, like, work with what you have. The universe is going to give it to you. Literally universal cosmic energy. So let the planets do their thing and let them help you. Let them help you, as opposed to searching and trying. Does that make sense? So I hope so. At the bottom of the deck for Witch's Wisdom, we have Guardian, the black cat, and the frog. Don't forget the frog. He cleanses us of impurities, helps us sing our soul song. And the cat, well, you know, you can't even say anything about the cat because they're so enigmatic. But I think they're going to show us the mystery of ourselves. What lies hidden deep within us will come to light. But like I said, I want to emphasize it again. It's not that gritty, grueling, emotional shadow work that people talk about. Just let it do its thing on its own. Let it bubble up from the cauldron of your subconscious on its own. Because we have the sun. The sun casts a shadow on something, right? It creates the shadow. Don't have that shadow without the light. So it's like, this is a good thing. The light is shining upon these things. It's shining upon where we're restricted, where we feel abandoned, where we need to recover, where we need to recoup our losses, and where we need to let them go. That's my feeling. So that the guardian energy, and so your spirit guides are in on this. It's kind of like the universe is ganging up on you, so to speak. It's not. That's just a joke. They're like, yeah, we're ganging up on you. Aha. The card itself is cycles. The moon. Yep. Emotional, subconscious, hidden memories is what I just heard. Hidden memories of the past. So see if you maybe dream work. Maybe dream work. If you're an astral traveler. Well, we all are. But if you do it on purpose, in the shamanic way, and you go on journeys, astral journeys, to the upper world or the underworld, I don't think you'll have to try too hard. We do it all naturally in our sleep, but I think you're going to have hidden memories revealed. Hidden emotional memories. I'm getting the message tonight, like, not get too confused about the symbolism in your dreams and not to take them too literally. More observe how you're feeling. Observe how the images and symbolism made you feel instead of getting stuck on the symbolism. Yeah, some deep shit. So let it explain itself to you. All you have to follow are the breadcrumbs of how you feel, and it will lead you down that little path in the woods, so to speak, to the lovely little witch's cottage in there, and where you'll rediscover your magic. It's in there. But it feels like it's in the dark, and I think it's supposed to be. I don't think that that's a bad thing for some reason. So look for animal spirit messages. Let them reveal themselves. What else am I getting here? To get my cards out so I don't forget. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so here we go. These are my soul-to-soul divination and oracle cards that I made myself. I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle and do it serendipitous way of letting them just pop out like an oracle. So this might take a few, and I will tune into these cards. These cards cover what has been given to me as the 13 most important areas of life, and there are a few supplemental ones, and I add to them all the time because it's very similar to, what are they called? Soul collage. Very similar to that, in that these feelings and images attract your attention and you collect them and you paste them together on this card. It's more of a Gestalt method, soul collage, which is really awesome. But the whole emotional journey is what I find so wonderful about that system. But I just did my own as I was guided to do by my spirit guides and familiars and elemental energies and forces, to just look at the images that represent these particular areas of my life. And for me, there were 13. That's just how it was given to me. I just channeled and wrote them down, and then went looking for an image that epitomized that area of my life, or that area of my heart and soul, and just would feel the images resonate. And I captured the images and printed them out, put them on cards, and decorated them. So this is like the essence of the soul of my life. So when these come out, they speak of an overall picture of what God is saying to us. God, Goddess, Spirit, Spirit guides, familiars, etc. And what your soul is saying to you. I think it's really important. Finally, it popped out. There are two. And I'm going to look at where they stopped. Where they stopped is this meditation card, Zen Life. Zen Life. And my original 1111 card. Okay, I'm going to jokingly say that I liked 1111 before it was cool. Back when I was about 13. These are the cards that fell out. Journey and music. So to me, journey, music, meditation. You'll be getting your own sign. This is raising your vibration through sound, and not connecting to the emotional, sentimental connection to a song, but maybe even do something instrumental to go on a journey. But it's something that should make you feel like you want to drift off and go on an adventure within your own soul, within your own dreams, within your own life. You're going to be given signposts, is what I'm getting. And when you wake up, or in your conscious mind, whether you're doing sleep meditation and journey work, or just a regular old, I'm just going to sit down and relax, doesn't have to be anything fancy or in depth, just sit with some nice vibrational tones, or instrumental music, or something that resonates with your frequency. So don't get attached to the sentimental meaning of the music. Maybe don't use words, but use something that you feel at a frequency level, if that makes sense. In other words, it creates like this little resonance in you that makes you feel good, okay? Makes you feel like you want to drift off, not in a sleepy way, but in an adventurous way. Like you want to go, if you could leave your body and travel around, that's what this is implying, to go and do that. And that when you come back, so to speak, even if you're just daydreaming, just know that it's more than daydreaming, but make a point to sit down and do this. Like drift off and daydream, let your thoughts take you, let a thought drop into your mind and just take you kind of away. When you come back, so to speak, and you keep doing this repeatedly, right, you'll start getting signs for you that mean something to you. They don't have to necessarily mean what's popular and trendy, like how 1111 is now. When this was given to me, it had nothing to do with New Age stuff. Nothing at all. It had to do with a very personal sign to me and my mother after my brother died. And it was a generational thing. We didn't even realize what was going to happen. He had just passed away. And a few days or weeks after he passed, we had gone to the funeral back east in New England, came back to California where we lived, and kept seeing 1111 on this clock that we just was new to us. We didn't have a digital clock up until then. And we kept seeing 1111 at night, especially, almost every night. And my mother and I would say, you know, I know it means something, but we don't know what. Well, my brother died on the 22nd of September on the autumnal equinox. 1 year to the day, almost to the hour, his father died. My mom's first husband. 10 years later, to the day, his grandmother, my brother's grandmother, in other words, his dad's mom, she died on the same exact day, September 22nd. So we kept, this was our like unequivocally from spirit sign, okay? If you keep up this sun energy and know that this is the driving force underneath it all, and you just go with that energy every day just for 10 minutes, shorter than this video takes to watch, a shorter time than this video takes to watch. Just sit there with a crystal and with vibrational sound, doesn't matter what it is, just has to resonate for you. Go, close your eyes and just go off. Just let yourself drift. And nothing has to happen, okay? Nothing extraordinary has to happen. Come back to yourself when you feel like you want to just open your eyes. Keep doing that. It will change your vibration and your frequency. That's the important thing. When you're on a different frequency is when you'll be able to change the channel, so to speak, of these patterns that have been set in place. You don't have to understand the mechanism of it all. You don't have to be cognizant of how it all works. You just need to go with it. It's going to close that door. It's going to close that portal of old, yucky, gross patterns pertaining to love. It will take some time. Like maybe by the time of the end of Venus retrograde is when it will close up for you and say, okay, your work is done. You don't have to do that thing that Cookie Lady talked about anymore. And this is only if you want to do it. But I'm being strongly guided to pass that information along, that we all have the need to be our own personal shaman and to get accustomed, familiarize ourselves with what it feels like to get into that energetic zone, what it feels like to start to notice synchronicities out there, your own personal synchronicity that means something to you, Maybe it means it's a calling to even look at making a creative process of making your own cards or something of that nature. And at the bottom, after I closed it all up, is the sign, is the card that I created, that I interpret as being karma, total solar eclipse. Karma, like the movie Lady Hawk. So when that portal closes, I believe, or that portal just meaning the time that you start and the time that you feel that your inner work is done and that you're done kind of drifting off and doing this meditative exercise, that when it's done for you, it will close up those patterns, be done, and you'll start seeing new patterns develop. That will close up the karma and put it in the past, and you'll be done. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so that was kind of a long daily reading. That's more like a week's worth of information as to work with and ponder and just think about and be in it. But that's what I was given, so I'm passing it along to you. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it helps. So I will see you again tomorrow, and stay tuned for the romantic love readings for all the signs that will be starting next week. Okay? See you tomorrow. From my soul to yours, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.